Hi guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. I make videos sharing my faith, family, and lifestyle. And if you've been around, you know that this wall has been blank for such a long time because after we painted, I got really lazy and I never put the pictures back up, but I finally got some new prints. And so there's a little bit of color behind me, which is really nice. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining. If you like my content today, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're always notified when I put out a new video, which you will want to do because I am sharing my whole pregnancy journey. This is not the best shirt to share a baby bump. Here it is. It is there. I am actually 17 weeks pregnant and the baby is the size of a yellow onion. How cute. I thought that today's video would be great to share 12 things I want to do differently in this pregnancy than my first pregnancy. Jace is 1.5 years old, and looking back, there are some things I did in my first pregnancy that I regret. I kind of wish I did differently. Some things that I loved and I thought were great, but I want to do differently this time. So that's what you're gonna be hearing about in this video. That being said, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. What did you do differently in your second pregnancy or even your third, fourth, or fifth that you never did in your first? I feel like the first pregnancy is always different because it's brand new. It's your first time ever becoming a mom, becoming a parent. And so there's just things that change after the first one. But I'm gonna jump into my list. Hopefully I get through this video without, whew. So I have a list of 12 things. It only includes things actually in pregnancy, not like after the baby comes. Number one is that I am actually gonna research and read up on natural birth. So I've mentioned this before because my first delivery with Jace was medicated. I did end up getting an epidural. I went into it very open-minded, saying, well, I'm gonna try to do a natural birth. If that doesn't work and I have to take an epidural, I'm cool with it, that's fine, whatever. And you know, that's what ended up happening. I have no regrets about the way I gave birth, how everything went down. I'm just so happy that I was healthy, the baby was healthy. The epidural actually felt really good for me. I had a good experience with it, so I'm not mad that I did it. I just want to have more knowledge and be more educated on birthing naturally and unmedicated, what those steps look like, how it's different, how to prepare better, breathing techniques, stuff like that. I just want to know more about it so that actually going into it, I feel like I'm more prepared to be successful in a natural birth, if you know what I mean. Now, I already know there's gonna be a comment that's gonna say, I did all the preparation in the world and I researched everything and I still took an epidural, and that is perfectly fine, and I might end up doing that. And that's okay. I don't judge anyone on how their birth goes. I think it's hard enough to even go through pregnancy, delivery, and be a mom. Truly to each their own. I just this time around would like to know more. And so if you do have any like book recommendation or technique recommendations, like hypnobirthing is something I want to look into. I know there's so much to learn. I'm reading a book right now, but it is like from the 70s, very hippie, very like, it just feels very unrelatable right now as I'm reading it. So I need something a little bit more modern and current. So let me know if you guys have any recommendations in the comments below. Number two is I'm going to try to not go to the hospital too early. I know they give you, I think it's like 3 to 5 minutes, your contractions apart, that's when you're ready to go to the hospital, which like last time, the second it was 5 minutes apart, I was like in the car, let's go to the hospital. And so we did end up, you know, you kind of have to wait around, you're in triage, then you get sent to the room. Things are kind of like taking a while to start up and to happen, and like the delivery doesn't happen until hours later. I just feel like I definitely could have labored in the comfort of my home a little bit longer. And so this time around I'm gonna try to do that and actually be able to be in my own bed, be in my home, eat my own food, go to my own bathroom. My only fear in this is like, what if literally it just hits me and then I like have the baby at home? I can't even imagine. I mean, I've seen that happen to people. Number three was gonna be not finding out the gender, but what a joke, because there's no way that Richie and I were able to not find out the gender. We're such impatient people and we could not wait. So I changed it to actually not having a huge gender reveal party. Obviously, because of still like lingering COVID, we've been sick the past month. I don't even know how we would have gotten the whole family together. There was just a lot going on. We weren't able to like throw this huge party the way we did with Jace. I love the way we did Jace's party. I was so happy with how that turned out. And I also love the way we did the gender reveal this time. It was just a lot more low key, different than the first time, and it was more intimate. It was just me and Richie. Jace was with us and Richie's mom. So obviously if you haven't seen the video, you can check it out. But I really love the way we did it this time too, and it was very surprising and very fun to find out it's a baby girl. And so yeah, it was just different, but overall loved it. Number 3 is I plan on working out this pregnancy. Okay, so the first pregnancy, I didn't work out very much. I did try to be active here and there and take walks, especially towards the end of my labor, because I was trying to get that baby out. So I was trying to be more active, but typically it's really good for pregnancy to be active about 30 to 45 minutes a day, whether that's just taking a walk outside or riding a bike or whatever. I already know I'm going to be gaining more weight in this pregnancy than my first one, and I'm fine with that. I'm not worried about weight. What I'm concerned about is just being healthy and just trying to take care of myself throughout the pregnancy. Now, I don't plan on like starving myself or not letting myself indulge in any food, because trust me, I have given into some cravings and I'm fine with that. But overall, generally, eating a balanced diet, getting in those 30 to 45 minutes a day is really important for me, as well as focusing on pregnancy safe exercises that are strengthening my pelvic floor and that are just specific to pregnancy. I was not really thinking about that much the first time around, and I know that it is really good for you to prepare for the delivery and for postpartum recovery. So this time I found an awesome program called Expecting and Empowered, which is for, I mentioned this in my last video, I think, for pregnant and postpartum mamas, and it is completely safe for you. It's so healthy to do during pregnancy, and so I'm just pumped about it because they're telling me exactly what to do in this program, and it feels good to know like this is what I should be doing while I'm pregnant. I do have a $10 off code that I'll include in the description bar if anyone else is interested. So this is going to be a major change this time around. Number 5 is not buying a million things for the baby, which obviously we don't need to because we have everything that we need. And so I probably won't be having a baby shower. You know, I got everything I needed, and it was such a blessing and awesome that I had this community to support me. But that being said, we don't really need much more for baby girl other than probably some more cute girly outfits and stuff like that. And it's funny because my cousin was like, how are you still gonna be a minimalist now that you have a daughter? And I was like, I don't know, I'll probably just get like 5 bows instead of 20 bows. So I'll probably get little things here and there. I haven't even gone shopping for her yet. So we have so many things that are like gender neutral too, clothes and stuff from Jace, that I'm just gonna be able to use on baby girl as well. I don't have a problem with that. Number 6 is actually documenting pregnancy progress photos and videos. The first time I was not very consistent. I didn't really take like update belly photos, like at my belly growing or like, but I love watching those videos. Like the belly transformation growth videos are so cool. So I'm working on one of those now. Like I'm taking a video every couple of weeks and then I'm gonna put it together at the end of my pregnancy. I'm trying to take photos along the way. So I'm being a lot more intentional this time around, and that is kind of a regret for me that I never did that with Jace. It would have been really nice to have. Number 7 is not preparing an entire nursery for this baby girl. With Jace, I was like literally preparing the nursery. It was already practically done at like 6 or 7 months. Like I was so excited about, giving him his whole new room that he didn't even use anyway for a few months after he was born. But now it's so different for a few reasons. One, I am probably gonna have him in our bedroom with us for actually longer than I had Jace in the room with us, like in the bassinet, because we are in a condo and we only have 3 rooms, and the 3rd room is an office / workout room at the moment. So I'm not quite sure if we're going to transform that into a nursery, or if eventually baby girl will share a room with Jace, or maybe this time next year we're already gonna have a home, and so I'm not gonna have to figure out rooms here. So I don't really know down the road what it's gonna look like. I just know that there's no need for me to prepare an entire nursery at the moment. Number 8 is not having Richie at doctor appointments with me. So that is gonna be really different because the first pregnancy, he was, I think, at almost every single one, and it was really nice to have him. But now with COVID restrictions and everything going on, he can't come to every single appointment anymore. He obviously was at like the 3D ultrasound where we found out the gender. I'm hoping he'll be able to come to some of the later appointments as well, where we're doing like final ultrasounds and going through things with the doctor and stuff, but he most likely won't be attending like every single appointment with me. So that's gonna be really different this time, unless that changes, because 2021 is looking to get a little bit better than 2020 was. I know 2020 was like super hard on pregnant mamas and having to go to appointments alone. I don't even know if some people had to deliver a baby alone. I can't even imagine not being able to have any support with you in the delivery room. So anyways, that's gonna be pretty different this time. Number 9 is not committing to a baby name super early. So with Jace, this is what happened. Okay, let me just lay it down for you. We found the name Jace, I think around like 5 or 6 months. Like I found it, I presented it to Richie and he really loved it and I loved it. It was the first name that we actually both loved and agreed on. And I was like, okay, let's put it on the list. Richie was like, no, okay, this is his name. And he already was like deciding that that's his name. I would have wanted to just put it on the list and then like, you know, pick our top names, and then towards the end, as we're getting closer to the due date, like choose a name, or after he's born, choose a name. But Richie does this thing where he has this like sense of urgency that's so high. He thinks you need to pick a name so early. He was already calling him Jace, like month 6 to month 9, he was calling him Jace to me all the time. So it was like, I couldn't even not name him Jace if I didn't want to, you know what I mean? Not saying I didn't want to. Obviously now I'm like, yeah, I can't imagine his name being anything else, and I'm so glad we named him Jace, but I don't want to commit to a name that early. And Richie comes home from work and he'll be like, did you choose a baby name yet for this girl? And I'm like, no, I'm like 4 months pregnant. I haven't chose a name yet, and we have so much time to find names, and I want to create lists, and then I want to narrow down the list the closer we get to the date, and then maybe I won't even pick the name until after I see her face. Like, I'm fine with that. But he just believes in committing to the name early, and I'm like, I'm not doing that this time. I am not. Richie, if you're watching this video, I'm not doing it. I'm not giving in to you this time. Let me know what you guys think. I know some people feel like they need to see the baby before they choose a name. Some people are like, no, I will choose it months before. I don't need to see that baby. So it's an interesting one. Number 10 is I am trying to rest more, because this time around I'm a lot more tired. Obviously with pregnancy, you're already fatigued as it is, but on top of that, I have a toddler, and so I am just naturally more tired. I'm trying to keep this toddler alive, and I'm trying to keep myself and this baby alive. So I am trying to rest more when I can and have more grace with myself. Maybe that's what I should say. Just have more grace with myself and be okay with the fact that the house is a mess sometimes and I don't have time to clean up, or be okay with just laying on the couch and doing absolutely nothing, or letting Jace watch TV and not feel guilty about it because I need a moment. You know what I mean? Like, number 11 is not worrying so much about everything. Obviously, with your first pregnancy, you're just worrying about everything. Did I eat deli meat today? Did I eat the wrong kind of cheese? Not saying that that's not important, but I'm just saying you get very hung up and you get stuck on Google for long periods of time researching things. And I was spending so much time doing that my first pregnancy, and just like being very worried and thinking through so many things and having the house ready, organizing, preparing, like, how am I gonna get this baby to sleep through the night, reading all the books to figure that out. And now I'm like way more chill. It's just a very different attitude, and I feel a lot more prepared, obviously, because I've been through this before. So I'm like, yeah, newborn stage, like, I got it, you know? I figured that out with Jace, I got it again. Lord willing, I'm saying that now, but I'm like, what if this baby is super different from Jace? Number 12 is inspired by Olivia Zappo, who actually did this same exact video, and she made this point, and I thought it was a great one, so I wanted to include it. But this time around, I definitely want to be taking advice and opinions from people with a grain of salt. And the first time when you're pregnant, because you feel like you just don't know anything, and it's your first time being pregnant, first time about to be a mom, you listen to all the moms' opinions, and even non-moms. Just everybody's opinion, and people have so much to say to pregnant women. Oh, And I don't know what it is about a pregnant woman, but people think they can go up to you and say like basically whatever they want. And the first time I really did allow a lot of different voices and a lot of different thoughts and unsolicited advice to come in, because I felt like I had to be nice and just like listen to everybody and like consider everyone's opinions and believe what everybody was saying as well. Whereas now I'm realizing like, well, they're just telling me what worked for them. That doesn't mean it's gonna work for me. Every single baby is so different. And so now I know like I can take it with a grain of salt. Not that I have to like tell people to shut up and not tell me anything, because that's never gonna happen. People are always gonna tell you a million things. It's more like I can let things roll off my shoulders easily. Even like if someone says something obnoxious, like, oh, you're only 4 months pregnant? Wow. I thought you were 8 months pregnant. Like that would have bothered me so much before, and now it's just like, I don't even know you, so I don't even care that you just said that, you know, like you just gotta learn to let certain things roll off your back. And if someone tells you like, you have to try this product, it is the best thing in the world and it worked for me and saved me and my baby's life. Like you don't have to go out and buy that product. You just be like, okay, sure. And like maybe try the product, but don't actually like fall for what everyone's telling you. I'm laughing because I'm like, am I one of those people that does that? I mean, I literally get online and do that to people. But I don't tell you you have to. I just tell you what works for me. And I say, I don't know, it might work for you. If you want to try it, try it. I don't know. So anyway, I really regret that the first time I just believed what everybody was telling me and allowed too many opinions in. Whereas now I can filter it. It goes in your brain, you filter it, you choose what you want to keep, you throw out what you don't want. I feel like I'm able to actually do that now, which is great. Okay, friends, that is it. Those are the 12 things I'll be doing differently in this pregnancy. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making this and just kind of thinking through. I'm sure I'll be adding on to this list as my pregnancy progresses. If you enjoyed my content, make sure to subscribe. You can also follow me over on Instagram at NiColEG to follow my daily life. I love you guys very much and appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in the next video. Shizer, I just spilled coffee all over the couch.